Hello and welcome back to Gems of War. This is Inflame Hydra, and as you can see, we've got a new pet, which means it is time for another epic trial. So first things first, I can tell you it's not as bad as it was last week, because last week was horrible. I hated it. But this one isn't too bad. It's doable. So, let's go. So this is our setup. We got the Burrow Warden up front, which it's just to tank some damage. We don't really need it that much. Same goes for Satyr. Also don't need it that much. Third one. He is very good. You need him to keep barriers on all your troops to keep him alive and to take away the attack of the enemy. And the last one, it's a slow grind, but you use him to slowly get his damage up by taking the enemy's attack. So, the good thing is, we have an ally on the other side, this guy. He steals attack from us. Normally that's bad, not this time. This time he's a secret weapon, because she can only damage us based on our attack. But if the other one takes it, she can't even damage us, so it's perfect. He, on the other hand, we need to get rid of him. I'll tell you why later, because he's a bit dangerous at the moment. Normally he wouldn't be. And this one is just annoying, because he silences us, it makes it take longer. But we also need to be wary of that 25% chance of a resummon. Not a resummon, but a summon of Ancient Horror. So, let's get into it. So, the strategy for this one is quite straightforward and it works very nicely. The main thing we have to look out for is our troops not to take too much damage, and we want to take away the skull damage of the first enemy slot as soon as possible. Only the first slot, we do need the rest for later. So you would use our team's first slot and third slot to rid the enemy's first slot of their attack. On the other hand, you don't want to kill the first slot, because the first slot is going to take away the attack of all of our troops, except for the Satyr if you have the traits, but that's not that important. But we need that so that the second troop cannot damage our troops any longer, because the amount of damage that she does is based on the value of our own attack. So, letting the first enemy alive actually does work very nicely in our favor. After he has taken all of our attack, he can't harm us, the second character can't harm us, which leaves us to the third character. Normally, he's not that bad, he doesn't do that much damage. We can barrier with our third troop, so it should be fine. However, because in this campaign we currently have the Deathmark gems, he is quite dangerous. Because he explodes either a row or column, I'm not 100% sure, but when he explodes those Deathmark gems, he can become a real threat. So he is kind of a first priority to kill, really. So after you've taken away all of the attack of the first slot, as you can see, it's already down to 37, now it's gone. You are quite safe already. Always try to fill up your third character as soon as possible, so you can always refresh on barriers if need be. But other than that, you're fine for the moment. He just got some attack back, so it's our goal to take it back down again. I used the fourth one just because I want to get him up eventually, and the other ones weren't ready yet, but now I try to get some mana for my first and third slot, so I can take away his attack again. As you might have noticed, I am now speeding up the footage. Main reason is that from here on out we have a very slow and tedious grind ahead of us. We just need to get the magic up on our fourth troop. So from here on out we just keep casting our fourth troop to get up its damage. I would recommend killing the third troop first, though there's an argument to be made that if you kill the second troop first it's going to be quicker because she's not going to give them health all the time. But as I said, given that we have Deathmark gems at the moment, I would prefer killing the third troop first. In conclusion, you just have to follow these steps. Step 1, make sure your troops have barriers and keep their utility. Step 2, always try to take away the attack of the first enemy troop as fast as possible, but keep him alive and let him take all your attack while you then again negate his attack. Step 3, keep on casting your fourth troop until its magic is high enough to start killing the enemies. So yeah, that's it. Overall it's not too bad, it takes a lot of time. I think this run took me about 24 minutes-ish, so I expect the last one to take around 40 minutes maybe, but it's definitely doable. It's not too bad. best of luck to you, and until next time, bye!